Before becoming king, Michael Jackson had to dethrone his greatest tormentor. In the late 1970s, already in his solo career after leaving the Jackson 5, the resounding success of the Off the Wall album gave him the courage for a liberating decision: to fire his own father, Joe Jackson, from the position of manager. At that point, Michael Joseph Jackson was already one of the biggest stars on the planet, and now he presented himself to the world without his father's Joseph in his name. MTV turned him into a god, but the king of pop began to transform in other ways as well. What started as small surgical interventions to correct the nose his father ridiculed so much soon became a compulsive obsession. Michael confessed to his former manager, Frank DeLeo, that he underwent surgeries because he couldn't stand seeing Joseph Jackson's face in the mirror. "I still see him when I look at myself. I have to tear him out of me," he said. Michael had at least 4 plastic surgeries on his nose. In fact, some doctors who treated him speak of 10 to 12 facial surgeries in an interval of just 2 years. He got cheek implants, a cleft in his chin, he thinned his lips, and remodeled his bone structure. The results were so extreme that by the end of his life, he had to use a nasal prosthesis to hide the hole left in the center of his face. Additionally, diagnosed with vitiligo in the mid-80s, Michael watched as white patches devoured his pigmentation. The disease, combined with discoid lupus, an autoimmune condition that causes skin lesions, patches, and high sensitivity to light, made his skin uneven and extremely vulnerable to sun exposure. To disguise the patches, he used heavy makeup. Later, as the disease progressed, he opted for total depigmentation using hydroquinone-based creams to even out the tone. It was during this time that newspapers turned him into an open target and created the nickname Wacko Jacko.
Yeah, Wacko Jacko. Where'd that come from? Some English tabloid.
Jacko Macaco was the name of a famous monkey used in monkey baiting matches at the Westminster Pit in London in the early 1800s. Subsequently, the term Jacko or Jacko Macaco was Cockney slang to refer to monkeys in general. The term persisted into the 20th century as Jacko monkeys became popular children's toys in Great Britain in the 1950s. They remained common in British households into the 1980s. Even for those with no knowledge of the nickname's racist roots and connotations, it was obviously used to otherize, humiliate, and demean its target.
Should not say he's an animal. Should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko. I'm Jackson. I have a heart and I have feelings. I feel that when you do that to me. It's not nice. Don't do it.
Overnight, the greatest artist of his generation was transformed into a circus attraction, fueling a frenzy of sensationalist headlines, jokes, and retouched photos. Suffocated by this global scrutiny, the King of Pop sought a hiding place. In 1988, he purchased Neverland Ranch. But that artificial paradise turned into a prison. The isolation was almost absolute. Michael lived behind dense curtains, using surgical masks to cover a face more and more fragile due to the interventions. These measures then became more fuel for public backlash and humiliation. But what do you think? Do you remember this era of Michael Jackson's life? Moreover, would you like us to do more videos about him? Let us know by dropping a comment below. And turn on the notification bell so you know as soon as we drop a new video. And if you want to stay ahead of our releases, click the link in the description or scan the QR code that's appearing on your screen right now. See you in our next 10-minute brief.